Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Tunohole Mungaba, and I will be your host for this episode of the Regional Recap. I will be recapping the news of the Namibia Media Holdings team for the past week. Today is Data Privacy Day, and NMH has prepared a short video for you. Please have a look and let us know what you think in the comments. Our first story, we are looking at the Nakatal Dam outside Keetmanshoop, which started overflowing on the 24th of January. The dam has calculated the capacity, which is of large cubic meters, and we are going to visit Monique Adams to see what she has in store for us today.
The Nakatal Dam outside of Keetmanshoop has a capacity of 849,400 million cubic meter. Now we get to speak to Nilo Kaware, who is the engineer on site.
Good afternoon, my name is Nilo Kaware. I'm an engineer from the Ministry of Agriculture, the Directorate of Water Supply and Sanitation Coordination. We are at the Nakatal Dam that is currently overflowing. The percentage for today is at around 103%. So the dam started overflowing from yesterday, from around 11:30. That's when it started spilling over. Yeah, so currently the dam is still under the ownership of the Ministry of Agriculture. So the plans are underway to hand it over to NamWater, but then the operation and maintenance is already been carried out by both NamWater and the Ministry.
For our second story, we are still continuing in the Keetmanshoop area of the country. On Saturday, the 22nd of January, the Hardap Dam slices were opened at midnight and are currently releasing 300 cubic meter of water per second. And this is the dam's currently the most water that has been discharged at the moment. Monique Adams bringing you more.
Due to the overflow of the dam, here is some video footage. Currently, the Hardap Dam is releasing 300 meter cubic of water per second. The dam currently receives more water than is being discharged.
For our last story of the week, Enzo Amwele from Ochibarongo has visited Ochi Secondary School and has asked learners what they feel about how some of their schoolmates are having to rewrite their examination due to the leakage of the exam last year. This is what some of the learners had to say.
So my opinion on the grade 11s rewriting their exams is that it was a fair thing to do, because the kids that actually did copy the exam were doing an unfair thing, and the ones that didn't get the papers were being disadvantaged. So it's a fair thing to do, because like for the ones that didn't get the papers, they were even like when COVID came in Namibia, it affected also the educational sector, and most of the kids, when they came back, they didn't have ample time to finish with the syllabus, so they only did half of the syllabus. And even if the papers were not copied, it's like they would still not be able to answer them the way they were supposed to. So like the papers being copied is also like also an advantage, because the ones that didn't see, now like that we're rewriting the exams, the ones that didn't see have ample time to go study their books during the holiday. And for the ones that copy the exam, I mean, we have to play the game fair, so they also have to pull up their socks and redo the game and do it the fair way. So I feel like it was really fair to make the grade 11s rewrite the exam, because we have to play things fair, we have to do things fair. So yeah.
Good afternoon. I would like to say I go for both. Why? Because some learners did not do very well, and this was a very good opportunity for them to try their second level best or their first level best to can try and get the desired mark that they wanted to pass. And I would also say that it was very bad for the others because some did their best, because some were gonna finish their school this year. That's why they just wanted to do their level best, and then they just come to this. That's why their level of confidence came down. That's why they just went with the second best, and they did not achieve the first mark they got. That's what I think. Good morning, my name is Tiana Epute, the head girl of Ocho Secondary School. What I think about the grade 11's rewriting, my opinion is that it was good and at the same time it was bad. Okay, let's start with the bad part. The bad part is that most learners, some of them were in a hostel, and parents bring their children in a hostel because of the situations that are at home. And the learners now, they had to study during the holiday. We don't know the situations why the learners were brought in a hostel in the first place. So studying at home might be that there might be problems, family problems, why the learners cannot study at home, or there might not be electricity and stuff like that. So I think those learners were disadvantaged. Well, the good part is that, okay, fine, the learners that did not do good, they had a second chance to study and try their best. And like to put in all they can because they were given a second chance. Every opportunity you have to take it, with all both hands. So like I think those ones were advantaged. But for those who don't have good homes, or for those who don't have good facilities at home, for those who have a lot of chores, they have to be like maybe in the fields during the holiday to work and stuff like that. Those learners were disadvantaged.
So my opinion on the grade 11s that rewrote the examination, I'm on both sides. For the ones that rewrote, I'm on both sides because the ones that are having many chores at home, like they have to be in the field or they have to be at crowds and busy with livestock. So I think it was a challenge for them to rewrite because they had to study while they are busy with their chores, or maybe the family is a lot, they need to sustain the family. So I think it was just too much for them. It was too much pressure, putting time for studying and for doing home chores. And for the others as well, it's a bit of an advantage because they did the first time, they know the structure of the questions, they know how the examination went the first time. So when they came to that for the second time, I think it was an improvement because I think now they can improve compared to the first time when they wrote the exam. So it's a disadvantage and an advantage.
Looking at the weather for the next week, the far north can expect very hot days with showers forecast over the weekend. It will be somewhat cooler in the northeast along with showers. The same goes for the central north. Heading south, the central and far south of the country will be sunny and very hot with cloud cover forecast for the next week.
Thank you very much, viewers, for joining us for another episode of Regional Review. From my side, Tunohole Mungaba and the rest of the Namibia Holdings team, it's goodbye, and I'll see you next week.